5, 4, 3. Hey everyone, AMR here with another rebuild. So in today's video, I'm actually going to be targeting the Minnesota Vikings. This one does definitely hit home for me. I am a native to the Minnesota Viking, or the Minnesota territory, so this one has a lot of fun gameplay in it, as well as some surprising trades. So please let me know down in the comments which team you'd like me to do next, as I'm trying on a mission here to get all 30 teams done by the time that Madden 23 comes out in August. As always, if you like today's content, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. We're going to be targeting the Minnesota Vikings. I think I'm pretty familiar with how the roster is laid out. But before we go ahead and jump into the trades and stuff, let's go ahead and take a look at the active roster and see where maybe some of our weaknesses might lie. Okay, so it looks like we have Justin Jefferson is a superstar dev, and so is Adam Thielen. Right now, I don't know if you're following the news about the Minnesota Vikings, but it seems like Adam Thielen is kind of on the trade block. Makes sense. He kind of ended the season last season with an injury. He's getting up there in age. I think he's like, what, 30? Yeah, 31. So he's kind of reaching that plateau, especially as a receiver, where he's going to start to drop off here. I think the starting line could use a little bit of work on both sides of the guards. Not really that good. I think Christian Darsow he's good. He's got hidden dev. I think 71's a little low for him, so we might be able to trade up. And then you got, what is this, Edrin? Yeah, Ezra. And then you got Ezra Cleveland sitting behind him. I think Irv Smith Jr. is an excellent tight end. We won't have to target him at all. And then of course you got Dalvin Cook, one of the best running backs in the NFL. Not looking to trade him at all. And then Kirk Cousins, we could end up seeing a bit of a quarterback upgrade. I think Kirk Cousins is actually not terrible in terms of, like, if money doesn't matter, which is what this whole series is trying to cater towards. I do think that we can get a much better quarterback, especially with the talent that currently exists on the team. Go ahead and flip over to the defense side of the ball. Okay, so this is what my fear was, that our defense needed a lot of work. And it does. So I think Harrison Smith is, what, 31, 32? Okay, so he's even older than I thought. I know that there was a little bit of talk about whether or not he would retire soon. Kind of makes me nervous. Cam Dantzler is pretty good, but, I think we could do better, honestly. Our corners are pretty trash. Patrick Peterson is way past his prime. It's tough. Xavier Woods, not really the guy that we're looking to have the end-all be-all in the second secondary. And then you got Eric Kendricks. I think that he's actually really good and could end up being a superstar X-Factor for us. Anthony Barr is really good as well. And then our nose and D tackle, I think that these two are actually really good starting blocks for us to go off of. But Danielle Hunter here, he could definitely be someone that we use as a trade bait. I think he's good, however, longevity-wise on the team and stuff, I just don't know if he's like the end-all be-all. Flip over really quick to the special teams. I don't really touch on these too often, but it's kind of like a known thing in Minnesota that our kicker sucks. So we may end up having to go out and acquire a free agent kicker before the season gets going. Flipping over to our specialties. So as I mentioned, I may be shopping Danielle Hunter here. So it's kind of hard to see where this is going to lie moving forward, but as it stands right now, I think that we could do a lot better at the corner and then the other rush end. I think that we're probably going to end up having to go away from Adam Thielen and maybe get someone like Devontae Smith, or even just have like KJ Osborne play like that slot wide receiver role and go out and try and find like a premier wide receiver too. Like right now, it's pretty obvious that Justin Jefferson on one side is going to be wide receiver 1. I don't think that you need to go out and you don't need to go out and sign the free agent of Devontae Adams. Like that's just, it's not plausible right now to go out and justify doing that. But obviously, if we can make it work financially, then we're going to try and do it. So let's go ahead and jump into some trades. I'm going to go ahead and cut the video really quick and jump to our first trade. So without further ado. Okay, so I think I may have ended up giving up a little bit too much for this, but these are positions that we desperately needed to fill. So giving up Kirk Cousins is kind of a big blow to our offense. However, he's only a 79 overall. I think that there's plenty of players out there that can definitely fill the void. I'm mostly upset because we had to give up a current year 2nd round draft pick, as well as a 1st round draft pick in the next season. Again, this is just a one and done season, so it doesn't really matter too much, but just the value of having a round 1 draft pick is kind of a lot. Given that it's a like 28th overall pick, it doesn't carry as much weight. But still, like, we desperately needed to address the need for a kicker and an upgrade at our strong safety position, as well as upgrading our corner. So Richard Sherman is an 85 overall. I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet and sign him. Yeah, just sign. Yeah, that one kind of sucks a little bit, but whatever. Ray card, take it again. Finally, dude. Oh my god, I probably spent the last 16-17 minutes just trying to find a free safety. Oh my god, dude. I was really close to getting Minkah Fitzpatrick. However, he was just, it was like so close, but they wanted a little bit higher of a draft pick and I just didn't have it to offer. So I had to settle for Kevin Byard. Really good. I think he's, he's 88 overall in the game. He's a little older. Like, I would have been nice to have a Minkah. However, yeah, it's just the way of the trade now. So our secondary looks really good. I think I want to try and maybe get rid of Harrison Smith. It doesn't seem like he has a lot of trade value. He's pretty old, but maybe you can get like a package deal to push something over the edge. Okay, so I'm actually kind of surprised that this trade went through, but it's a really good thing. It addresses the quarterback need. I think that Justin Fields is way lower in the game than what he truly is in real life. 74 overall, like, that is not indicative of how good of a quarterback he is. I think that he does fit our playstyle very well. Having a dual threat in the backfield with a Justin Fields throwing the ball and having Dalvin Cook being able to run, Justin Jefferson out on the outside with Adam Thielen, I mean, it just opens up the game quite a bit. Not to mention that the fact that you're getting Khalil Mack and Akeem Hicks on our defense, superstar trade, especially for someone who, one, we traded for, and two, we signed in free agency. So in my opinion, I think that this is a crazy trade that probably would never take place in real life. I think that we have to move Dalvin Cook in order to make the team like truly max power. Oh my god. All right, so we were able to trade away Dalvin Cook finally. Again, like another 20 minutes. I actually like took a break from recording. But we were able to acquire wide receiver Julio Jones, who's a superstar X Factor, Taylor Lewan, and I don't know what the R stands for in Saffold, but Saffold's pretty highly rated as a left guard. That's going to beef up our offensive line quite a bit, and now we finally have a replacement / trade bait for Adam Thielen. So our receiving core right now currently resides as Justin Jefferson, Julio Jones, and Adam Thielen. I'm really debating trading away Khalil Mack for a less than spectacular left outside linebacker, almost like a downgrade, and then just try and target a quarterback instead, because I think quarterback is really what's holding back our offense right now. Let's go! Oh my god. Alright, so we just traded away Khalil Mack for TJ Watt, Melvin Ingram III, and Najee Harris, plus a 3rd round draft pick, a trade that would for sure never go through. I am super pumped about this trade. Oh my god, this has probably propelled our defense to a 90 plus overall. But let's go ahead and jump over and check that out. Our defense looks stacked. Defense is only an 88 though. How? Look at this. And how is our offense only an 80? Unreal, man. Yeah, I kind of figured that was going to go through. So we just acquired Mike Gesicki, Will Fuller, and Xavier Howard. I think that that's pretty much going to push our defense over. I'm really excited to have a corner out there that's over 90. I don't really see this being a detrimental trade for us because Justin Jefferson kind of does play that wide receiver 1 role, and then having a guy with lightning speed like Will Fuller, I think really kind of helps the offense get spread out a little bit more. And then now we can actually try and move Irv Smith Jr. away, or even use Mike Gesicki as trade bait, because we don't need both of them. Wow. Okay, so we were able to move Irv Smith Jr. and D.D. Westbrook for DJ Moore. I think that this means that our offense is probably one of the most elite offenses in, I mean, at least from the receiving core. It's unbelievable. I think we have the roster that we're going to be playing with for the entire season. So on offense here, we have Taylor Lewan playing left tackle. You have Saffold at left guard. I think that sounds right. Let me just double check really quick. Yep, so Saffold's going to be doing the left guard. I think Bradbury's a decent carryover from the existing roster of the Minnesota Vikings. DeCastro got signed over in free agency. O'Neal got, I want to say that he was on the team prior. I don't really remember. You got Gesicki, who's a really nice addition to the team. And then I need to swap over in the depth chart rankings, but you're going to have Justin Jefferson being the wide receiver 1. And I think I'm going to have Adam Thielen play wide receiver 2 with DJ Moore in the slot, and then Kyle Fuller be the streaker. We've added Najee Harris and Justin Fields, so the offense is looking really good. And then defensively, this is where our team really kind of shines. We have TJ Watt at left outside linebacker, Eric Hendricks in the middle. We got Melvin Ingram III over on the right side. And then we got carryover from Danielle Hunter and Tomlinson and Pierce. We went ahead and acquired Akeem Hicks, James Bradbury, Harrison Smith is a carryover. What's his name? Kevin Byard and Zamian Howard are both acquisitions as well through trades. I went ahead and acquired Richard Sherman in the free agency, and then you have Patrick Peterson as the cornerback 4 in this case. I went ahead and turned off all the injuries, so I don't have to worry about that. This series is not about like making this team last for a long time. It's about, can we win a Super Bowl in a single year? So if I go over here to the right side, you actually have a defense rated at 89 overall and an offense rated at 81 overall. I think both are significant improvements. We did end up having to get rid of some key players like Alexander Madison and did we get rid of Alexander Madison? No. So we did have to get rid of a couple of key players like, you know, Dalvin Cook, Kirk Cousins. Go ahead and look at the defense really quick, see who we might have gotten rid of. Not really anyone of like major note. If you do see, like, you have your Patrick Peterson, he's a backup now. You have your Xavier Woods, he is a backup. So a lot of guys just got acquired, and there was one guy who got traded on the defensive line. It happens, you know. He was an 82 overall, wasn't a huge ping or like ding to our overall team. And then, of course, on the offensive side, you have Christian Darsow, who is now playing a backup role to Taylor Lewan. I think that is probably best for the team. Taylor Lewan is a much better left tackle, in my personal opinion. And we had to get rid of Irv Smith Jr. Unfortunately, I really like him as a real player. He suffered with injuries this past season, and it just happens. It's part of the game, you know. But let me go ahead and adjust the depth chart really quick. Before I do that, I'm going to hop over to the special teams and specialists. So without further ado, let's go. So for our special teams, we went ahead and got Graham Gano. I think that's a huge addition. We no longer have to worry about whether or not Greg Joseph is going to be making or missing kicks. And then for our specialist roles, let's go ahead and change the slot wide receiver to DJ Moore. I think that he fits that role a little bit better, in my opinion. Obviously, Alexander Madison's got to be in there. Power halfback. I think that Alexander Madison's probably pretty good there. I don't know. Kyle Hendricks. Eric Kendricks. He is still going to be the sub linebacker. I think that everyone else kind of checks out. Maybe I'll put Pierce right here instead, and then everyone else kind of just seems to check out. Go back over the defense really quick, make sure nothing got screwy. Let's go ahead and simulate past the preseason and jump into the regular season. Before we go ahead and simulate to the halfway season point, I'm going to go ahead and look at the standings/schedule, and then we are going to make a prediction of where we should be by the middle of the season. Okay, so looking at our schedule here, we have the Bengals in week 1, the Cardinals, the Seahawks, the Browns, the Lions, and the Panthers. So, for whatever reason, the Panthers are always like OP in simulation. Don't really understand why. I think that we could run into some trouble against the Bengals and the Cardinals as well. If I had to put a number on it, I think that if we simulate to the bye week, we're going to be 3-3. But there is a chance we could be 4-2. So let's go ahead and simulate to the halfway point. I think that the end of the season is going to be much more favorable for us. We have the Bears twice. We have the Lions again, and then I think we have the Packers twice. Packers could be a little bit of a challenge. Steelers are pretty much a decimated team right now. They don't have Najee Harris to like carry them because we took them. And then Cowboys and Ravens, Chargers, 49. It could be a really tough season for us. The Vikings did not get dealt a very good schedule. Okay, things are not going as well as I thought they would. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I did not change the... I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I did not change the scheme fit. So that's my fault. Let me go ahead and change the team schemes really quick. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and change our team schemes here. We forgot to do it. It's honestly just a mistake. I need to get better at doing that. I think we're changing up to be in the spread. We're gonna run a base 3-4, and then we're changing up the playbook to use the Rams for the offense, and then the Buccaneers for the defense. Okay, so I think that our team is kind of squared away now. Let's go ahead and play offense only in this game. See what we're kind of dealing with. The team is 2-4. Obviously, not the start that we wanted here, but I do not think that's indicative of the talent. I think it was honestly just because we were still running the Minnesota Vikings scheme, even based on the fact that we were no longer having that type of a talent pool. That's frustrating because like the game doesn't know how good he is yet. Okay, spin out. Wide open. Might be the easiest touchdown I've ever scored in my life. It does feel a little weird seeing Justin Fields wearing the same number as Kirk Cousins, but yet he's a mobile quarterback now, so it's like... on the run, catch and run. This offense is going to be just so elite, man. Playing with a team like this would be so much fun in real life. Let's do like a quick little screen pass here to Najee and see what the defense does. Actually, they're kind of playing in press coverage. I'm going to put Jefferson on a fade, or not a fade, but a streak, and hit him right away. He's open. Easy. When you see them in single high safety and they're all running press coverage, you know that you're gonna get somebody open. It's just a matter of like who at that point. This is actually probably not the best play to run, but I'm gonna look at Gesicki really, really quick. If he's not open, then just dump it down. It's not open, dump it down. Oh my God, he's so much more electric in real life. It's so frustrating, man. Quick slants really fast. Maybe run a streak up with DJ Moore, see if he can get open. He's open. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna have to like play a little bit of defense over there because what the hell is going on? Why can we not stop them at all? Okay, I actually don't like the play action here, so I'm just gonna have Najee run outside. I'm gonna see if DJ Moore can get open on a streak. If he can't, I'm gonna dump it down to Justin Jefferson. Jefferson looks like he might be open. He is. He's wide open. Oh my God. Ooh. Poor little Tink Tink. Let's go ahead and do a little... I was going to say screen pass, but we're kind of backed up right now. A screen would give us good punting position, but I don't really want to punt, to be honest with you. So... I'll get open. Let's go, man. Oh my God. Dude, Justin Fields has almost 400 yards passing. It's not even halftime. I'm going for it. Play type. Shotgun pass. Run that again, mate. Want twins on the side. I think DJ Moore can get open, but... Jeez. Shotgun pass. Let's go ahead and run a mesh. I'm actually going to have Thielen go on a streak. And then I'm probably going to target DJ Moore in the undercut route. Perfect. Sit down. Is that a first? Are they gonna give it to us? Whoa! That is way worse of a field position than I thought. Get the block. Really good block. Wow. So that way I can come back with a nice little edge run. Okay, I can see. I know they're open. But that was open too, baby! Come on! Chee! Woo! 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 Chee! Woo! Woo! I'm not a fan that I can't do like automate some shit while they're in this formation. Blech. Oh, take her! Get off of me, boy! Oh my goodness! Bruh. Okay, so what I like to do on these plays is I like to run the outside guy on a slant, and then have the under guy run a zig, and then just watch what the corners do. Okay, so it's gonna be running with him. Not a big deal. Leaves the end zone wide open. It's like, it's such an easy read. Like, they're either going to be sticking in man or zone coverage. If they're in man, then you gotta be a little more careful, but when they're in a zone coverage like that, it's like not even a thought. Just kind of, okay, me likey. That corner said, I got help over the top, right? And the safety said, no. I kind of misread what I was supposed to do on that. Didn't end up working. I don't think Adam Thielen is fast enough. That needs to be Will Fuller. He's just not fast enough to get over there. Invincible. I mean, he gets a touchdown, sure, but like... I thought for sure that I was gonna get toasted on that. Oh my goodness. How do you not catch that ball? So yeah, Justin Fields throws for 700 yards and 8 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson has 6 for 230. Najee Harris 6 for 18. And then you have Adam Thielen 8 for 210 and more. Hey, he's on the Vikings. That's weird. Okay, we might be the best 3-4 team ever, and we just absolutely decimated the undefeated Cowboys. So I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit with the Vikings in this one because we're going up against another really tough team in the Baltimore Ravens. I just want to make sure that we're setting ourselves up with a, I don't know, more than reasonable chance to make the playoffs. This team is just far too talented to be held to a non-playoff contention type team. X is open. Go. Oh, that's dirty. Holy! What the? Why is Justin Fields' stamina so low? Oh my god. Like, that's one thing I don't really understand. Like, these guys are young. Why do you have to wait to build stamina as a young gun? Like, what's the flag on? Damn, that's a big man. Bradbury got some speed, boy. That dude has some wheels on him. Just gonna settle for some points so that way I can probably simulate to the end of this game. So after starting out the season 2-4, we take down the 6-0 Dallas Cowboys with a score of 70-35, and the 6-1 Baltimore Ravens with a score of, I think it was 45-17. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the schemes were the problem. So let's go ahead and simulate a couple more weeks here and see where we're at then. So currently looking at the playoff picture, what do you notice? Vikings are in, and we're the 4th seed so far. So if the playoffs were to start today, we'd be going against the Carolina Panthers. it is kind of interesting to see how in simulation some of these teams that are making the playoffs are just baffling to me, like the Jaguars, the Jets. Oh man, and the Falcons, and the Panthers, and the Seahawks. Wow, quite a few. Seahawks had the first round bye. Quite a few teams that did not even make the playoffs in real life, making it here. It is kind of cool to see the Bengals getting a first round bye. They do have a very talented team, and I didn't actually end up taking anyone away from their team. I was looking at getting Bates from them, but he was just too expensive. So currently we're sitting at 10-4. We have to go up against a stout offense in the Los Angeles Rams. I think I'm going to go ahead and go into Super Sim and jump in if I have to. It seems like we have the division on lock unless we completely collapse in ourselves. But man, look at that overall. 87 overall, 91 overall in defense, and 84 on offense. I'm not really sure what else I needed to do in order to get a higher offensive rating. Maybe if I would have been able to keep Dalvin Cook, we could have seen that go up to like an 86 maybe. Don't really know. In real life, Najee Harris is not that big of a difference in comparison to Dalvin Cook. I think that he played much better than what he was given credit for at the time of ratings. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into a season game here, and then Vikings have clinched. Oh my god, dude, I cannot believe. Oh my god. Alright, so I actually, by mistake, just simulated past the Buccaneers in the first round of the playoffs. We ended up winning, thankfully, but holy cow, that was kind of a nerve-wracking experience. I did not mean to by any means simulate past that. So now we have a rematch of an earlier season game where we absolutely poo-pooed on the Dallas Cowboys. Getting a win here would be huge. Last time we played them, we won, I think, 70-35, if I'm not mistaken. I am going to try and just skip as much as I can in order to keep the video short as possible. That being said, I definitely want to set this team up for success. And so our team is actually doing fairly good without me having to intervene, which is fantastic. Love seeing that. We're up to a 24-13 lead right now. I believe it is a little bit into the third quarter. We had the ball. We are up to a 31-20 lead. Dallas has the ball back. We have the ball. Did not do anything with it. Bleeding time off. Okay, I think we kind of got this one right now. Even if Dallas scores, I think the game is over. And it is. We go ahead and advance to the next round of the playoffs with a 38-20 win. Really excited about that. Ooh, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. This is for the conference championship. So we win here. We advance to the Super Bowl. I actually have no idea how the Seattle Seahawks are even at 13-4. Given the season that they had, these actual rankings make sense. 81 offense, 83 defense, 81 overall. For those of you that didn't watch the regular season this year, the Seahawks struggled tremendously. I know that Russell Wilson ended up getting hurt, and DK Metcalf kind of had a quiet year based off of expectations. But all being all, they are still a very strong team with a good head coach. So let's go ahead and jump into Super Sim and jump in if we have to. Okay, the Seahawks go out to an early lead with a 6-0 game. Probably going to be a defense versus defense type of game here so far. Alrighty, it's a 13-7. Looks like they might extend the lead a little bit more right before the half. It is a tight ball game here with the Vikings now. They just could not punch it in. Okay, we're headed into the fourth quarter here. I need to jump in. I'm getting a little nervous that they are starting to threaten the end zone here. And with 6 minutes left, you just don't want to leave anything up to chance. Let's go! Big hit right there. 4th and 3. Get them off the field. That is huge. Get our offense back out there. I really think that us in the driver's seat, I am a big believer in this team. Oh my God, we almost had the blocked field goal there. We gotta figure this out. We have to score a touchdown. Field goal does us nothing. Pretty terrible kick. Oh my God, man. He was so close to ripping that off. All right, now Jefferson better get open. I really like Jefferson being out there. I think that he gives us a very good opportunity to get open. He has the man beat, and that is a touchdown. Let's go. It's not open. Get Thielen. Let's go, baby. Yeah. Oh my God. I was so nervous that he was going to fall out of the end zone there. Oh, he fell back. He like caught it, but he didn't fall down until he like turned and got back in. Really good awareness. I'm glad that the CPU, even though we were kind of usered on there, I'm glad that the animation didn't drag us out of the end zone, because that would really suck, you know? Oh! Harrison Smith with the Oh my God, dude. Let's go. Holy cow, I think we're going to the Super Bowl. No way. All right, I'm a little nervous now. Did they really? That sucks. Is he in? He was short! I wanted to flip the camera off right there. Simulate past the Super Bowl against none other than the Cincinnati Bengals at a 9-8 overall record. That is nothing short of amazing. Let's go ahead and upgrade some of our players here. Got Justin Fields actually playing to above an 80 overall, which is fantastic after starting out the year at a 74 overall. Let's go ahead and just jump right in. I don't care. We are going to destroy this team. I am probably going to play this whole game. Being honest with you, I am going to be running mostly only out of the offense. I don't think that I need to do too much on defense. We just have such, like, it is not even close on both sides of the football here. Let's go ahead and start off with a basic counter. So, yeah, I don't want to test the DBs just yet. If it was a single high safety, maybe I might have given him a shot. But the press coverage was tempting, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, this one might be a good one. Oh, he's open. Had a step. I probably had a step with multiple people. But, like, my first read has to be Justin Jefferson on those. It's just without a doubt the guy to go to there. I love running these counters against these teams, man. They have just no answer for this. I actually have somewhat of a decent offensive line, so that definitely plays a factor into how well I'm able to run some of these counters, but man, they have struggled all season long against this. Go ahead. I think he's faster. Oh, he's not. He underthrew the football there. And that is going to be an interception by Awuzie, which kind of sucks. But they failed to turn it into points. So got kind of lucky there. I'm not going to lie. I think that that's kind of a realistic pick. It looked like he had a man beat, and I think that he did. He just failed to get the ball out in space. Kind of sucks a little bit because that would have been a really, really cool way to cap off what has already been... Okay, now he's open. Oh, come on! To work perfectly, it looks like they might read this, so I'm a little nervous. I'm going to have to check out Gasicki in the flat. Okay. Oh, we have it. Let's go. Najee in space. I've said it and I'll say it again, man. They really did this dude dirty with the rating in Madden. This dude is way too good to be performing at a, I think he's what, like a 74, 75? No, I think more like a 76. But even still, man, like, come on. Put some respect on my neck, man. Play takes a little long to develop, so I'm going to try and be a little more cautious. Okay, now we got it. Let's go. If you've watched any of my Madden series, this has been the play that I run whenever I get kind of backed up. Say what you want, I don't really care. I'm all about winning, and sometimes winning just takes running this play. I'm actually going to be targeting Davidson. I don't think that Jefferson's going to be open. He just takes too wide of a route, and it looks like... Oh my god! Bro, you gotta be kidding me with that. My ass could have been out there catching that ball. So open. It's unfortunate. Like, why do they keep leaving Jefferson this open, dude? He's gonna torch you. Block him. Or don't, and I'll just score anyway, I guess. Chee! Okay, probably the dumbest celebration I've ever seen. See what they do with this. I'm actually gonna put DJ Moore on a slant. I think that if I cross Thielen and Moore, one of them is going to get open. I'm just going to kind of watch the middle of the field. Yep, Thielen got wide open. What'd I tell you? It's not that hard. If you have crosser routes, I mean, the linebackers are pretty much your read. You know that they're in a man-ish kind of zone coverage. I know that those are two very different things, but... The linebackers, they're covering, like, zones. They're not covering man. Or at least I hope they're not. Because if you have a linebacker on a man with this type of a receiving core, you got Adam Thielen, one of the smoothest catchers in the entire league. You have DJ Moore, who is an up-and-coming talent. But he just really needs a quarterback, honestly. And he's gotten really unfortunate with his luck in Carolina. He actually started out the year really, really hot, and then I traded for him in fantasy, and then I think that I crippled his stock. True story. Oh, I thought I threw that route just a tad bit too early. I mean, he's got Kirk Cousins. If he had a Patrick Mahomes, you talk about a guy lighting the league on fire. It has been such a cool thing to see Joe Burrow kind of have success. Chase Young, or who? Jamar Chase have such great success, and now you're seeing Justin Jefferson do his thing, even with Kirk Cousins as his quarterback. Yeah, future's very bright for that young man. Oh! Oh! Know what I'm saying? Here we go. Get a little air. Wow! Get a little air, and it's not an interception. What do you know? Come on, man. I'm sorry to do it to you again, but come on, man. You guys have no reason to be in the same vicinity as us. Look at this. What is he doing? Did you see that? Did you see what I'm seeing? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Cat drinking milk out the bowl. Get out the bowl! Come on, man. Crosser route. Let's see what gets open here. Bang, bang. Over here. Pfft. Room to run, man. They just, like, had no one guarding the QB draw, or the QB, the bootleg. So, read it immediately, and it was just GG's at that point. This is a dangerous pass, man. Shouldn't have done that. I knew that. Yeah, I'm stupid. I'm dumb. I shouldn't have done that. Bruh, DJ Moore tried to snake that so bad. Oh my god. Just like that. 629 yards, 8 TDs, probably 15 interceptions, but Justin Fields finally brings a Lombardi trophy home to the lovely city of Minneapolis and the Minnesota Vikings. And yes, I can actually win a Super Bowl with some super team. Finally, feels good. But before we jump off the video, I want to go ahead and look at some of the yearly awards. Wow, it looks like finishing third in the MVP standings is Justin Fields. I would have not guessed that, to be honest with you. Coach of the Year, you have Mike Zimmer. Funny, he's actually fired right now in real life. In the NFC, we have Justin Fields finishing third still as Offensive Player of the Year. And defensively, we ended up getting Eric Kendricks as a top 10 Defensive Player of the Year. Are there any other Vikings? There are not. Let's go ahead and check our statistics on the year. Yeah, Justin Fields, 18 interceptions, 46 touchdowns. I think I am probably taking ownership of 12 of those 18 interceptions. I am definitely more of a risk taker, especially when we are in games where it's like 70-35, 70-28, whatever it may be. Let's go ahead and flip over to the rushing. Najee holding it down, running for 4 a carry. I'm a little surprised. I thought that'd be a little higher, honestly. Averaging 73.6 a game. I think realistically he could have gotten closer to 85 a game, maybe even 90 in real life. 315 attempts probably did not help the average, but if anything, that should tell you that he was kind of dominant when we fed him. Receiving, Adam Thielen leading the way. Receiving, Adam Thielen is leading the way with almost 1,400 yards, had 12 TDs. Justin Jefferson was like right on his coattails, 100, like pretty much one game away from overthrowing Adam Thielen. Both of them two averaging over 150 yards combined with actually 20 on the dot touchdowns for the season. Pretty impressive. DJ Moore finishing over 1,000. That is fantastic. I would have thought, given that we were running the KC offensive playbook, that Mike Gesicki might have had a more involved yardage. It kind of seems like he didn't. Will Fuller seemed to be like kind of a bust to trade for. He only had 7 receptions total on the season. I don't know how that's even possible because I was running a spread offense. So I don't really understand that too much. Let's go ahead and jump over into the defense. Jumping over into the defense, we have Eric Kendricks, who had 97 solo tackles, 126 tackles on the season, 6 for loss, had 2.5 sacks on the season. Like, let me go ahead and sort by sacks. Okay, TJ Watt finished with 12.5, Akeem Hicks at 10, Melvin Ingram at 9, and the list kind of dwindles from there. Not really one of those dominant defenses like I would have expected. However, the tackles for loss kind of, again, not really there. I would have thought that the defense would have had a little bit better. Honestly, could have been my bad because the defense had such a different talent pool, and I did not change the team schemes until halfway through the season, so that could definitely play a large part into this. Kicking, I mean, this is Minnesota's favorite thing to look at, apparently, because it's all they talk about, but 85% field goal percentage from Graham Gano. I think that's probably just as good as Greg Joseph this past season, maybe a little bit worse, honestly. Greg Joseph was actually pretty good, contrary to belief by Viking fans. So kick returns, we had, I think, no kick returns. No kick returns for a touchdown, unfortunately. And then I think the same could be said for punts. Not a big shock there. And then let's go ahead and look at interceptions before we call it a day. Interceptions, we had Harrison Smith and Eric Kendricks with a total of 8 combined. Not too shabby. James Bradbury played a solid shutdown corner role. I would love to see how many yards against. How many yards did he give up? Yards allowed. They don't have that stat? Come on, man. But yeah, that's going to do it. So let's go ahead and take a look at our lineup one more time before we go ahead and close out today's video. So as you can see, we have almost entire star dev across the entire starting line. Honestly, Saffold should be star development. I'm not really sure why. If you really, really wanted to, you could just put Ezra Cleveland in his place and you'd have star dev across. However, I think that that would actually take away quite a bit from what is a very, very strong offensive core here. Mike Gesicki, fantastic on the outside. To be honest, after this showing this season, he's got to be a superstar dev. He has shown time and time again that regardless of quarterback talent, he is someone that cannot be taken lightly down in Miami. Justin Jefferson, a little surprised he wasn't superstar X Factor. 93 overall, though, very good. DJ Moore with a 90. And then Adam Thielen actually getting bumped up to a superstar X Factor. Did not see that coming. Justin Fields bumped up to a superstar X Factor. Najee Harris bumped up to a superstar X Factor. Go ahead and look over at our defense here. James Bradbury went from, I think we signed him at like a 90, 91. He's playing up to a 93 right now. We have Xavier Howard up to a 94, Danielle Hunter to a 91, TJ Watt up to a 97. I think when we signed him, we got him at a 94 overall. Harrison Smith getting bumped up to a superstar X Factor at the age of 32. Incredible. I think his name's Kevin Byard. Is that right? Kevin Byard getting bumped up to a 90. I think when we signed him, he was at an 88. And then, of course, you have Melvin Ingram doing well as art. And then, of course, you have Melvin Ingram doing an upgrade as well. I really am extremely proud of this team. I wouldn't have honestly thought that the team would have been able to accomplish the feat of winning a Super Bowl. They had a lot of talent. It was just about whether or not these pieces were going to be fitting. And again, at the halfway point, I think we were 2-4. We're finishing out here with an 87 overall, a offense of 84, and a defense of 91. But that's going to do it for today's video. As always, if you like today's content, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I am on a mission to get all 30 NFL teams done by the time that Madden 23 comes out. So feel free to throw down a subscribe on the channel so that way you don't miss any action. But as always, I'll catch you next time.